truly don't understand how this happened. One day I was young, went to bed, and when I woke up, I was old. That's how it happens. Without warning, you're there. Anyone who says it happens in a different way, or that getting older is no big deal, is a liar, pants on fire. Getting older is a very big deal. Welcome to When Seniors Fly. Thanks so much for joining me. I'm JJ Hubel. I'm 75 years old, and this program is about big ideas with a little bit of attitude for people on the plus side of 50 like me. Today, I'd like you to meet Bony Tony. He's called Bony Tony because, well, he's a skeleton. The last time anyone saw Tony, he was sitting in his desk chair, staring at the cell phone suspended in his skeleton hand. There were cobwebs covering the chair, the phone, and Tony. We all know that waiting is a fact of life that can't always be avoided, but for some people, waiting becomes a way of life. Tony is one of those people. Here's his story. Please understand, Tony didn't always look like a skeleton. At the start, Tony had muscles and beautiful wavy hair and ideas galore about what he wanted to do with his life. For years, Tony dazzled people with his lively banter and charisma and intriguing ideas. But they started to notice that Tony never seemed to actually do anything. It didn't take people long to come to the conclusion that Tony was all words and no action, and move on to greener pastures friend-wise, leaving Tony confused and alone. Tony didn't get the drift and repeated his hopes and dreams to an empty room day after day. His mantra became, "Any minute now, things will come my way. All I have to do is wait." In the early years, Tony waited by the mailbox. But as time went by, he embraced new technology and moved on to waiting by the telephone. Then later to checking voicemail the second he walked in the door. By the time the cell phone and texting were invented, Tony had begun to forget who he was waiting for. But he knew when they did get in touch, it would change his life for the better and make all his dreams come true. Would it be his old girlfriend? Or maybe the company that never called back after his job interview? It might be an invitation to parties he had heard some of his old friends were throwing. Or better yet, a surprise party for him. Most certainly his older brother would see the light and finally call to apologize. Tony became an expert at waiting. His new philosophy of life was, trying new things only leads to disappointment. He believed a good life would have to come to him, not the other way around. But sadly for Tony, nothing exciting ever arrived in the mail, and nobody from the past got in touch to declare their love, or apologize, or offer him a job. Not a letter, not a call, not even an emoji. And so you see, there's nothing left of Tony now. Even if a call or letter or text did come, it's too late. It seems, though, that Tony didn't learn much from his life because the last words he ever said were, well, no one knows. He was all alone in the room at the time. The moral? While you still have muscles on your bones and one strand of hair somewhere on your body and any ideas in your head, go for it, whatever it is for you. And do it the second you stop listening to this program. Tony has given us a lot to think about. So please join me for our next program because it's always easier to think when we're together.
You've been listening to When Seniors Fly with J.J. Hubel, who believes aging with attitude is the only way to go.